There's so much to do in Heartopia that it can feel overwhelming, especially if you only have 15 minutes or less to play. So in this video, I'm walking you through my daily routine and showing you what to prioritize based on how much time you have. Before we get into it, do note that the day resets every 6 a.m. server time, which could be different from your time zone. And weekly resets happen every Saturday at 6 a.m. server time. Now, if you can only do one thing in the game, like you only have 5 to 10 minutes maybe, I highly encourage that you prioritize the daily requests that you can get from this icon at the top left portion of your screen. Some of this can be completed right away if you already have the items in your inventory, and you can finish them within 5 to 10 minutes. Most of the quests include delivering forageables to NPCs, gathering or catching critters, or interacting with your pet. You should accept these quests first before anything else because the quest might involve something from your daily chores. For example, once I did my chores first, then looked at my daily quests, only to find out that one of them was to feed a cat. Unfortunately, my cat and my friend's cats were already full at that time, and it took a long while before I could feed one, so accept those quests first. These daily quests give you the currency that you need to upgrade your character level, and the amount you can earn per day is limited, which is why I recommend prioritizing this. Once you're done with it, you can log off already or continue with other easy tasks that I will explain next. After accepting the daily quests, I harvest my crops and plant new ones. If I know that I can spend at least 15 minutes in the game, I will plant tomatoes. I can also choose to plant pineapples or potatoes instead depending on how much free time I have. I usually plant the crops that take a long time to harvest only when I'm about to log off already. Of course, I also water my crops and my flowers. I don't typically harvest my flowers since I want to breed different colors. By the way, if you want to get new breeds, you should just keep your flowers in full bloom and water them every day until you see some seedlings on top of them. Sometimes you'll get the same colors, but sometimes a new color will appear. You can increase the chances of having seedlings by asking other people to water your flowers for you. Next, I look at the icons up here and click on the ones with the red dots. It means that there are new items to be collected or new quests to be done. The planet icon takes you to the limited time events. Right now, there's this pink mood gacha machine, new life log, some sign-in bonuses, and a time-limited festival with discounted items. I go through everything to ensure I've collected all there is to collect. Then, I redeem a code if I saw anything new from Heartopia's Discord server. After that, I go to my mobile phone and click on any notifications I might have like collection rewards, gifts from animals, new mail, and so on. If there's a red icon here, it means that you might be able to claim something new, so keep an eye out for it. If you already have pets, the next thing I do is feed and pet them. You can stop there if you're pressed for time, but it's also a good idea to train them and bathe them to increase your bond. You should also look at the shops, particularly the clothing store and furniture store, since the selections here change per day. For the furniture shop, these single items refresh daily, so I automatically buy everything there. While the model rooms change per week, so I usually take my time with those. For the clothing store, everything changes daily. Don't worry about having duplicates since the game will not allow you to purchase something you already have. The next tasks take a little more time, but it's still good to squeeze these activities in if you can. Aside from the clothing and furniture store, I also check the other shops from time to time to see if there are any discounted items or new things I can buy after upgrading my DG member level. The salon is located on the second floor of the clothing store, and you can get new hairstyles, eyes, and other facial features here. Massimo sells ingredients which are sometimes on huge discounts, and he also sells recipes. Kaching has the backpack and storage upgrades along with other helpful items you need for dreams, and Annie has new instruments, music, emotes, and emojis which are also sometimes on sale. Speaking of shops, I also make it a point to drop by Bailey J to submit bird info cards. This feature only unlocks at birdwatching level 2, but that's easy to upgrade. These info cards only sell for very little amount of gold, but if you submit them to Bailey instead, you'll get some useful items that are way better than the gold you can get from the cards. Unfortunately, you can only submit 5 info cards per day. Of course, since I'm doing a lot of shopping, I also make it a point to visit Albert Jr. and sell some items. I made a guide on the most profitable items to sell, and you can find it in the comment section. Then there are 8 wild animals in Heartopia that you can feed and interact with. In return for befriending them, you'll receive gifts and unlock adorable interactions with them. In order to increase your bond with these animals, you must locate their trough and feed them. I also made a video with all of the animal trough locations as well as their favorite food, and I'll put that video in the comments. While I'm going around and filling the animal troughs, I also make additional stopovers for these rare forageables. There's a separate island beside the forest on the east. Here you'll find black truffles, which are profitable and can be used to cook lucrative dishes. There are also 2 giant trees on each corner of the house plots for a total of 8 giant trees. These give you a lot of lumber and rare timber, which can be used in a lot of crafting recipes. While going around the house plots, I keep an eye out for the wandering oak and the flawless fluorite. After your initial quest to find these 2, they will spawn in front of a house randomly, so just go along the road for the house plots and you should come across them. Make sure to collect all of this since these items are used in crafting recipes and you will only get a limited amount of it per day. Since I'm done with the daily quests by this point already, I also check out and complete the gossips and weekly quests if I can. I also make sure to interact with my friends at least once a day in order to level up my friendship level with them. Higher friendship level unlocks different adorable interactions, so it's a good idea to level up your friendship. Plus, I make it a habit to water each other's gardens and flowers. The quality of crops increases as more people water it, and like I mentioned earlier, the chances of flowers crossbreeding also increases. This buff applies for up to 4 other people watering your garden. You can see if others already watered your garden by the line streaks around the sparkle. The sparkle appears once you water your crops, or if it's raining that day, then a line appears beside that sparkle if one other person waters it. The lines increase as more people water it until it looks like this. Interacting with your friend's pets will also give your friend extra dog or cat proficiency level. Plus, it's always a good idea to pet these cuties. There are a lot of other things you can do in this game like collect bubbles, level up your hobbies, build your house, and pursue your in-game dreams. But it's a good idea to focus on the ones I mentioned if you only have limited time to play. Let me know what your daily routine is like in Heartopia, and check out this next video for more tips and tricks.